Shalom Aleichem. My name is Ninar Keyrouz and I'm with In Defense of Christians. But before presenting IDC, I'm also Lebanese and Assyrian. Both my ancestors have suffered from the atrocities of the Turks. Today is the centennial for the Armenian and Greek genocide, but today is the ongoing Assyrian genocide. And it's not enough to remember, it's not enough not to forget, we should do something about it. And this is why IDC exists. IDC is a non-profit organization whose mission is to raise awareness for Christians in the Middle East and preserve their rights in their homeland. To reach our objectives, we're working on 3 fronts: advocacy, awareness, and humanitarian aid. IDC is the first creating a unified grassroots organization that makes Christians of the Middle East a foreign policy to the United States. IDC's advocacy arm lobbies to the leading policymakers in Congress, State of Department, and the White House to implement the right policies that preserve and protect all the Christian ancient minorities in the Middle East. Last summit, we organized a 40-minute meeting with President Obama for the patriarchs and with the National Security Advisor, Susan Rice. During this meeting, President Obama reinforced the United States commitment to fight ISIS and all other terrorist groups that are threatening the Middle East and all the Christian minorities there, as well as the American personnel and the American interests in the region. For that reason, we're very disappointed that President Obama has not recognized the genocide this year. We also organized a day of action last February, calling all of our supporters in the country to pray, act, and give this Lent in solidarity to the Christians of the Middle East. We hosted a bipartisan, members-only breakfast in honor of the religious minorities of the Middle East Caucus, co-chaired by Congresswoman Anna Issue and Congressman Jeff Fortenberry. And with the help of our supporters calling all their members, we were able to double the members of the caucus to include representatives from Illinois, such as Jan Tchaikovsky. We also work on raising awareness because we know that American Christians in the United States know little about the Christians of the Middle East, and we're also working on raising awareness and unifying the diaspora. We believe that we need one voice to take to Washington. We need all the Christians to stand together and have one voice, one strong voice, so that Washington listens, so that the politicians know that these people are speaking up united, and that these people now will no longer be silent for what's happening to their own brothers and sisters in the Middle East. That's why we're creating chapters all over the US in many cities, and we just started our Chicago chapter yesterday. Ms. Rain Hanna can reach out to the community here in Chicago and tell you more about it and about the objectives of every chapter and how it works in every city, because I won't take long on that. But I wanted to talk about the humanitarian aid or the efforts that we're making in Lebanon, because this has to do with what's happening right now. In the last few months, mostly after the Assyrians fled Khabur cities and went more and more in more numbers to Lebanon, we were able to assist more than 2,000 families. We did it through our team in Lebanon, represented by Professor Alexei Mukarzil, who is working closely with the Assyrian, Chaldean, and Syriac churches, meeting with these families and assisting them in every way possible. As I recently joined IDC, I gave him a call, and I wanted to know how we were really helping my people. He did not know I was Assyrian, and when I said, very robotically, as a media person who got used to reading online, Assyrian refugees, Assyrian refugees, Assyrian refugees. So I asked him, Professor Alexei, so what have we done specifically to the Assyrian refugees? He said, stop. Did you say refugees? These are Assyrians. You do not call them refugees. Do you know what Assyrians are? And he gave me a half-hour speech about my own people, that they're not refugees, that they're the cradle of civilization, that he had not met people who have more dignity than them, who do not ask for anything, and who have so much pride. I smiled and I finally told him, yes, I know, I'm Assyrian too. When I hung up, I knew that I'm at the right place with IDC because everyone on board shares the same passion as mine, even without being Assyrian. And finally, not to stay long here, I want to leave you with a testimonial from the 2015 genocide. That same week, I spoke to 2 Assyrian refugees from Khabur who were in Lebanon, who crawled about 500 meters to get to a village, then took a bus to Hasake, then from there to Lebanon. And that phone call shook me all day long. They were sad, they were hurt, they were tired, you could feel that. But also, and what shook me is that I never felt in my life someone with such faith, peace, and gratitude to God. Every half a minute they were saying, thank God, we're fine. And finally, when I asked one of them, what do you have to say to the international Christian community? He said, tell them to pity us. We've had enough. We're tired. We've been persecuted for hundreds of years. And tell them that our blood is on their hands. Thank you.